Conversations, Real Talk and Realty. I am your co-host, Marla Lewis, and I'm here with my co-host, none other than the lovely Kimberly Dixon Dudley. How are you, ma'am?
Feeling wonderful, feeling wonderful.
Good. How was your weekend?
Oh, it was beautiful. It's beautiful. It's never long enough. I'm ready for the next weekend.
Okay.
As that meme say, it's 30 minutes.
Like that. It's a Sunday. It's always Sunday.
It feels like 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Absolutely. How are you, Lisa?
Girl, I am great. No complaints. Just Ubering around the city, these kids.
Okay, well, you know what?
Yeah.
It's that time.
It's that time.
Okay.
But I'm ready for them to get their own.
No, well, you're going to miss them.
I got a wild hunt, 8 and 13.
Yeah, you have a little while ago,
don't we?
Yes, we have a wonderful show. We're going to be talking about building generational wealth.
So important.
So important. But we have an expert on the show today that is going to share some beneficial information for families, because we talk about it. Everybody throws that around. Within the past, how many years? 10 years or so?
15
You
years.
hear everybody talking about it.
Generational wealth.
Yes.
Building generational wealth.
Yes.
Well, what does that mean?
What does that mean? And more importantly, how can families have it?
Right.
That's the important thing.
That's the main question.
Yeah. How can families have it? Because, and I'm sure this is for you guys' family as it is mine, you may have in each generation, you may have an aunt or an uncle or a cousin or someone
done well.
who's done well. Correct.
Right.
And then it may skip a generation, then you may have somebody else, or maybe, So today we're going to talk about
candid. We're going to have real candid conversation. What is generational wealth? How do you get
and
it?
how
do you talked about 8 and 13? You're
Right.
ready to pass some generational wealth down to them, right?
That's why she on staff.
All right now.
Okay, teaching the family business.
Teaching the family business.
Teaching the family business.
And don't sell my business, work my business.
Right. You've already built it. How do you hand that over? So it's an asset. It is a generational wealth asset.
And
we
there's
have a good
all
one.
different kinds.
Yes.
They're all different kinds. You talked about working your business after it's
asset.
built. So
Correct.
we're going to dive into all of that and much more. Don't go away. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Harold,
And I'm Estelle.
and we're here to share our experience with Lisa White as our realtor. We had a 43-year-old rental property that our tenants let us know without warning that they were moving, and as a result, we had to act upon the situation. And we didn't have anybody, we didn't have a realtor in mind, so we went to our goddaughter, and she recommended Lisa White. We got with Lisa, we did a walkthrough of the house, and Lisa told us what our options were, and Lisa said that the house had good vibes and good bones. But if we decided to sell the house as is, we would not get anywhere near the amount of money that we were hoping to get for the property. But she was saying with some careful decision making and injection of income into the property in the right places, that we could get a fair market value for the home. And so that I got out of the way, and I let the ladies discuss how to improve the property. And so when the two of them got together talking about what they wanted, and Lisa was keeping us aware of what the trends were at the time. As a result, the final outcome was that we actually sold the home for way above what we really thought it would be able to sell for. We recommend Lisa highly. She was always there. She didn't just put a sales sign in the front yard. She was with us all the way.
Welcome back to Red Door Conversations, Real Talk and Realty. So ladies, we're bringing it this season. We've had all kinds of experts. Yes, ma'am, brought it.
Baby, this is
I
the
love
last
it.
show.
Delivered it. I love
Delivered it. Packaged it up and delivered it this week.
We're not going to bring
season.
nothing. It's brought.
Okay, it's brought. I like that, Lisa. I love
came,
that.
They saw,
they brought.
We're about to wrap this season up.
Okay, so let's bring it again. We have an expert with us, and she's behind the red door. I can't give it away.
Yes.
So with no further ado, because we've got to dive into this.
Yes.
Who is behind the red door?
Come on out, beautiful.
Hey.
Thank you ladies so much for having me today.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Welcome.
much for being here.
Tell me somebody's favorite color on the stage. So I'm glad
I own that. I own
bring
that.
it.
It's so good to finally have you on the show. How are you?
I'm fine. I am ecstatic to be here, President Marla Lewis.
Drop that. Drop that.
I be trying to tell people, she be trying to keep it a secret. I be trying to let them know every chance I get.
Just coming from that
She's so
position,
humble.
it's not about the title for us and walking with you through
That's
our
right.
journey. We was never about the title.
That's
So even when I was the president, just hearing people say president is like, no, I'm still Key. I'm still
Yes.
KeMesha. Authenticity. Remember we said we don't have to have a title to
That's right.
serve.
That's
We
right.
have a servant heart.
That's
it.
The title is not there. The title is for the people, right?
it.
Your friends and family. Oh, my mom or my sister is the
Yes.
president, right?
Right.
Even
Yes.
being
Right.
on the radio.
Yes.
Oh, your radio personality, it's just for the people.
Yes.
It's something that we do back to make sure the community is well educated and armed and
Absolutely.
equipped.
That's why we wanted to have you on the show.
show.
And for those of you who don't know, KeMesha Hall is Key to Key Realty, as in the key to the key realty. I love it. I love it. I love it. So tell us about who you are, because I mean, I know who you are, of course, and those who don't may have been living under a rock. But go ahead and tell them about who you are and what it is that you do.
Well, for me, I am KeMesha Hall, and as she stated, I am the Key to Key Realty, and I will tell you ladies here, I am relaunching, rebranding. I now have a team, and it's now the Key to Realty Group, right?
I love
And so
it.
our lunch party is scheduled for next month on 7/7. That means a lot to me because it's completion for
There
me.
you go.
I am
Love
a
that.
woman
I
of
love
God.
that.
And so we're going to roll that out. But I've been in real estate since 2014, well, back into the business since then, and being a part of Women Council of HBREA. HBREA, as well as NARAB, has definitely been a great part of my business, right? From being the Realtist of the Year for HBREA for 2021, TARAB Realtist of the Year for 2018, Ex-Realty Rookie of the Year in 2015.
All right.
Come
I'm a part
through.
of
Come through, girl.
Right.
All right.
Texas Real Estate Association. I'm part of TRLP as well. So I try to mix and mingle and diversify. But my
Have to.
whole heart is into making sure my community is well served.
That part.
Because we are not looking at our generational wealth.
Right? At all.
So far. And so I'm happy that y'all invited me for this topic.
Because you are the expert in it, and I
Girl,
said
you are
if we were gonna talk about it, we have somebody that can talk about it, but not just talk about it, but be about it,
it.
and
That
been about
That
it.
part.
and walk
Right.
it.
Yes,
Right?
every day.
What's the song say?
So-
Walk it like you talk it.
Girl, you are.
Walk it like you talk it.
And Women Council say walk with a purpose.
Yeah.
ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely.
So what is generational wealth? Because I stated in the first segment, we've heard that term being used and tossed around probably for the last 10 years. Before then, you didn't hear it as much. What is it? Why is it so important?
Well, what is it for me? And like I heard Kim on the last segment, is making sure not my kids are taken care of, but my grandkids, right? And what our grandparents did was make sure we were okay, but they missed the mark on our parents, right? Some of them, right? Because they went out and they got the land, but when they passed away, our baby boomers were selling our land and their profit and acres of land in the country
Yes.
or acres of homes in our gentrification neighborhoods, right? And they didn't understand. So when I got a part of HBRE and I saw all the Black excellence, and not just Black excellence, I saw people that believed in equal opportunity across the board, right? I said, let me go back and fix home. How they say you can't fix the neighborhood till you sweep up behind your own front porch.
That's
Do you hear me?
Right? So I got a part of the Women Council mission, which was financial literacy, teaching the importance of home ownership, credit stability, right? And going into the low to moderate income neighborhoods where they didn't understand being a property manager, even how to write a money order. correctly.
Wow.
Because we're missing the mark.
It's the financial
It's the-
literacy. That's the
It's not being
that's the
taught.
first key.
Teaching them how to fish.
That's the first key,
That's the
right? To
On the key note.
building wealth generation.
How do we even give
generational
them
wealth.
a desire to want to learn? That it has to be in you. Something has to be put in here.
But some of it is fear. You know, we don't, because it's not talked about, we don't have open and candid conversations. When that one cousin or aunt makes it, that doesn't, that conversation doesn't happen around a dinner table.
All we know is to call that aunt when we need something.
That part. That
We don't
part.
teach them how to fish, but we know that aunt gonna come through for
Right.
us. Or like so did our nana or our
Yeah.
grandmother.
Yeah.
Grandma gonna come, or she gonna leave me that link.
We don't know how she gonna do it, but
Grandma
she
did it. Because I didn't understand. My grandmother had a degree in the 50s when women wasn't even being able to talk to read.
Wow.
So when I found that out, I'm like, my grandmother had an education, psychiatry education in the 50s. And my grandfather left her in the 40s to raise these kids,
Oh, wow.
right? And so to see that she bought her land and the house on the side of her, paid taxes for both till she passed away. To see that and to see how families will fight over that.
But to, okay, so,
So
we
she
fight
was
over
a single
that.
woman.
She was a
Single woman who
purchasing
did
land
that.
Working
and
at
raising
Southwestern
kids.
Bell.
In the
Remember
50s.
Yes.
Southwest?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, girl, yeah, I know about Southwestern Bell. That's why maybe my husband was working when I met her.
She
Yeah.
was one of the first
Yes.
black directors there in Kansas City, Missouri.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So when you Google Leota Jones, just know they say keeping up with the Jones means something, right?
Now.
It meant something for me as well. It's
like
more than commercialized. So to get back to your question, Lisa, how do we teach the millennials today? Is some of them that has to be shown to them. Airbnbs is what's shown to them right now. Everybody like, oh, you can make that money like this?
Right. Yes.
I don't want to be locked down to my own home, but I can make $9,000 a month
There you
just by
go.
owning one. And that's one part of building generational wealth, just getting them educated.
Getting them
to know.
educated.
That's where
And meeting them where they are.
And-
So what we think of, like our grandparents thought land, right? And that
Oh, that is still key.
and that's still key, very much so, right?
it's only so much of it.
Well, there's
I'm saying,
Yeah.
so get it.
Get the land.
Because what's here is what's here.
Yeah, that's
but
it.
That's
but
what I'm
have
saying.
the conversation. This is how you acquire the land. This is how you get financing. This is how you pay the taxes.
Get as
To
much
your
as you
point,
can.
have a conversation. People not knowing how to write money orders. We have to have financial literate conversations. When do you think we
Absolutely.
should start those conversations?
I started that conversation at 8 years old when they can read. Just the small things, right? Going into the elementary school and playing want versus needs with them, right? The bean game that we play with
There
them
you
with Women
go.
Council.
So tell people about that and what that is.
So what it is basically a little game that you give them 20 beans and a little piece of paper, and it educates them on want versus needs. Right now in this society, we need a cell phone because where the last time we seen a payphone at, right? But do you need an iPhone 13?
You better say it.
Do you
Could a
need
flip phone work?
That
could a
part.
flip phone work, right?
part.
Could a contract, a pay by
that was
month
good.
phone work, rather than getting yourself in a financial hole and understanding it? Going to Starbucks every day or the other name brand coffee shops, right? Is that feasible for you right now? Have you made it to the point where you can buy a $9 coffee every day, 9 times 30, you do the math, right? And sometimes when I sit down with the kids, I just give them the paper and I said, okay, we're gonna play this game. Each bean is $100, right? So I gave them 20 beans.
Okay.
Class, tell me how much money you got,
Now,
right?
yeah, you got 20 beans.
Because a
and it's
third
about
grader,
20,000.
hello,
Yeah.
a third grader think, wow, I got a lot of money,
Right.
right? And we diversify it. Are you gonna live in a house by yourself? Are you gonna live with a roommate? Are you going to rent a room? Or what are you gonna do? So that's the first bean. The second bean, okay, we need toiletries.
Now, how
'Cause
old
some
are these
of them-
kids? How old are these
Third
kids?
Third grade.
Excellent. Okay.
Third grade. And we play this game all the way up. Even the teachers love playing it with us because we do it at the end. After they put the beans down and we done diversified all your money. How many beans you got left? Some of them got $2, 200
beans.
Some of them got
2,000.
one. Some of them got none and they didn't even buy tissue and toilet paper because I walk around and I said, oh, you're not going to brush your teeth in the morning? Or you going to go buy clothes or you going to make clothes, right? That's the one part on the game.
And that's a conversation.
That's a
that needs to
conversation that you need
happen
to
at that
have
level.
at a younger age. So then they know, do I need Jordans? Or could I get some Pumas that's $49.99?
Serve the same purpose.
In the same cute colors,
I
you
think they're
understand?
getting it though. I think they're getting it because I was on Instagram and I keep seeing these T-shirts, the new
Who's
rich.
getting it?
The generation under the
Okay,
millennials,
okay.
Generation Z. There's a
Okay.
T-shirt that says the new rich and wealthy is freedom, time, and savings.
Hello.
I
Hello,
mean
my sister.
that's trending.
right.
That's trending.
right.
But we didn't have those
And,
conversations.
and then it was another shirt out that says deeds and
Yeah. Deeds and assets
It's-
over
yes,
liabilities.
over-
I think that's
over liabilities.
I love that one as well.
Right.
I love it.
Because when you get locked into them liabilities, it's
That-
hard to get out.
the cars, let's talk about those
The
cars.
cars.
The liabilities on the cars. Do you need a Lexus, or could you have a regular Camry, right? That get you from A to B. Do you have $10,000 just to spend on one asset?
So there's a statistic: most Americans have less than $400 saved, or less than $1,000
Less than
saved
$1,000.
for emergencies.
Absolutely.
If anything were to happen, can you imagine being an adult with a mortgage and a car payment and insurance, and you have less than $1,000 to cover those liabilities?
You know what I noticed that working for FEMA? See, I haven't walked and you say, God, why did I work at this job to that job? And then you get to the end of your test and your testimony. You say, oh, now I get it. So I worked for FEMA during Hurricane Ike and then Hurricane Katrina, right? And going to these homes, and people relied on FEMA to help them get their house back in order.
Yeah.
And that broke my heart. Just to see them saying, I don't know how I'm gonna get this roof fixed because I ain't got but $200 in the account. And calling FEMA every day.
Want more money.
Want more money.
Hold that thought. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back. This is Red Door Conversations. Hi, Lisa White with GBR Realty. Today, we're going to be focusing on ways that you can save money by owning a property versus renting. There are many ways that you can save money by owning a home. One of the ways that many people love are your tax benefits. There are tax-free profits when you sell a property. There is mortgage interest deduction, and we have home office deduction. Those are just a few of many. Hedge against inflation. What that means, folks, is that whatever your interest rate is for your mortgage, it is going to remain that for the life of the loan. Inflation may rise, it may fall, but that interest rate is going to remain the same. You save money by owning a home when you accrue equity in that property. And when you accrue equity, that ultimately, guys, will increase your net worth. When you own a home, that means you have options. Guys, you're able to save and make money by renting that property out. If you have more questions that you would like answers to, we would love to talk with you. Send me a DM and a member of my team will get right back with you. Welcome back to Red Door Conversations, Real Talk and Real Tea. We're sitting here with Miss KeMesha Hall, and she's talking about how we can obtain generational wealth with Black families. Let's just be candid about it.
Yeah.
How can the Black family obtain generational wealth? And so I'm asking you, what are some key things that Black families can do to start on that journey?
I'm glad you asked me that. And it's right now with the stats showing that only 42% of Americans can afford to buy a home right now.
Not Black Americans, but
Just
Americans. Yes.
Let's be real.
Yes.
And we're not going to talk about how many of those of the Blacks that
Exactly.
can own a home. We need to do what other ethnicities are doing, right? Which is coming in together, maybe, if you can, and have a goal in mind. Let's come together and buy one home together, right? Stay in this home for 2, right now, where the market is going, but normally it's 3 to 5 years.
Correct.
Let's take this equity and help me buy my next home. This home is going to stay in the land, in the family. You can stay here. My family can stay here. I can stay here. But let's talk about, let's sit down and plan. That's the first thing. Sit as a family at the dinner table. Instead of coming down for fish fries and GoFundMe, sit at the table and make a plan with your family, right?
Absolutely.
Another thing is getting insurance. We far often say, I can't afford to get the life insurance for my family, right? We can't afford to do the will. I don't even want to think about a will. And knowing grandma 92 years old. I don't want to think about a will knowing your mom has a heart condition. I don't want to think about a will when my dad got cancer. And these are facts.
These
right?
are facts.
We don't want to talk about what's going to happen. We're going to wait until it happens.
So what you're saying is some key things that we can do is to just put some protective measures in place. Because that's what insurance is. That's a protective measure. So putting some protective measures in place, because my pastor always says, and it's a joke, but he's truthful. He said, I'm worth more dead than I am alive.
Absolutely.
And so your family shouldn't be crying
It's already a stressful situation.
That's where I'm going with that.
So don't leave people in a position where they have to put a
But what he
GoFundMe
did
account
was-
up to pay for a funeral.
He set them up for generational wealth.
That's it. Oh, he
But
absolutely
he needs to
did.
sit down with them and tell them what to do with the funds
Uh-huh.
once I pass away. Right?
That's
that
key.
part. That's key.
That's key.
That's the
And
part
that
that
needs
we're
to be in
missing
writing.
out. Because guess who's doing it? The ones that's leaving it in trust. Because the trust has it written out. Now, I don't want to point out what group is doing that. But he don't get this money till he's 25.
There you
and
go.
before 25, this money goes to A, B, and C.
Give some
Whether
directives.
it's something going back to the charity of the family choice, because they sat at a table and had a generational wealth conversation, right? We're going to all go to Texas A&M because I know the dean at that school. And he's gonna make sure all of us get in. We're gonna all be AKAs or Delta because when you graduate, they work at Shell Chemical Plant. My daddy's a Kappa and he taught me about networking is your network when I was 12 years old.
Networking is your net.
My high school
worth.
counselor gave me that talk. She was a Delta. She wrote my letter.
Yeah.
Yes.
My daddy's a Kappa.
Yes.
I used to tell him, sit down with all that bird calling.
What?
Well, wake us up. Wait, but daddy, what you doing?
Right.
But I understand now how he became the supervisor at highest level. And that was when they was racist against us in LaPorte at that time, pushing our car in the middle of the driveway. But he sustained.
But he
And it helped
understood
me.
there was power in proximity too.
There you go.
So he wasn't afraid to go into the rooms. Like you said, network.
Yes. Is your
And
network.
understand what your next conversation is. What are you doing? Let's talk. You said what other families are doing. They're putting things in trust. We're taking care of insurance, taking care of wills ahead of time. What are some things people should consider if they're thinking about selling the family property? Or what should they talk about?
Now, selling a family property could be a good thing. Don't get it wrong. We say don't sell it, but what are you going to do with
with the
those proceeds, right? Whether it's a commercial property and you say, let's sell my grandfather's gas station, for instance, in Jasper. 1031. Let's talk about
Yeah,
it.
That's it.
1031.
Yes.
Let's do some tax deferments like everyone else is doing.
That's it.
Let's diversify these funds. Yeah, we need some money. Little Pookie needs some money. We're going to give him 5% of this money so he can get himself together. But if we're going to give our cousin some money, make sure it's to help him get to the next. We're going to fish. He's going to come work at this job, like you said, at the office until you figure it out. Or we're going to help him. We're not going to leave you out. But this money right here is not now money. It's later money. It's legacy money.
Correct.
So
We're not going to sell the property
I love it.
and then showboat. We're going to do something with it.
Spend
we
it.
can have a little party. We can have a little movie party.
Right.
We can have something. Because I also believe in celebrating your wins. Right? Whether it's something small,
That's
something
important.
big. Celebrate your wins, but have it be a percentage. Sit down with a financial advisor and they can say, hey, yeah, y'all do have enough money to take this yacht party because y'all going to make $250,000. That yacht party is only going to cost you about $8,000. Go ahead and splurge on your family. Y'all wear your little white, meet that Kim.
Wear your little white and get on a boat.
Your cousin is a videographer. Hire him.
But you said talk to a financial advisor. Don't sell the property to spend the money because it's gone. Once it's gone, right? Sell the property with an intended goal in mind.
Because Gucci ain't giving you nothing back.
No
Do you
returns.
hear me?
Not one return.
Do you hear me?
Not one.
And so, yeah, don't go give them half of your proceeds. and the shit is high. So that will go quickly.
It will.
Yes.
Yes, it will. Absolutely.
You know, a treat here or there, but not a treat every month.
Every month.
No.
Even once a quarter. So the point that I made is make a plan, right? So if that plan is that quarter, you can hit those goals and you exceed
There you
it,
go.
then we hit something. And that quarter we didn't, we need to go back to the table to find out what we missed.
And go back in the closet and get that other one you bought.
Hello.
So not just planning, but checking up on those plans. Looking at where we are with those plans within a family, not within a business. That's what I
Within a
want.
family, yeah.
them to-
Within a
because
family.
businesses do it all the time.
Right.
Families, for whatever reason, don't
Do it.
necessarily do it.
Sometimes we so often we don't want our cousin to know our business.
Oh,
We don't want to we don't really even want to face where we are right now.
We don't want nobody to
that
know we
part.
got a 475 credit limit.
That's what I'm
Credit
saying.
score.
We don't want to face reality. We don't want to face that we got to do the work.
It's not going away just because
We got to do the
face it.
work.
Right. And we so often don't want to hear no. Oh, we can't right now.
Yes.
Right?
You can't right now.
We all been there. I sat in the room with someone. I said, I'm sitting in front of people telling them how to diversify their funds. I'm a co-chair education and telling them how they need to budget and save. And my credit score is a 560. I sit here today and say my scores are 700 plus. You understand me? Because it sometimes takes self-reflection.
Yes.
And asking for help, and don't be afraid to. But we need to unmask.
And
We need to stop. We need to stop
and
judging.
let your ego go.
And especially the old ones that say, "Oh, your score here," and forget where you came from.
So let me ask you this question. You have a family that's ready to do the work.
Absolutely.
Okay, they're ready to do the work. Where should they start in order, while they're on this journey, to help build this generational wealth that they are seeking within their family? Who should they contact, and what is their first move?
Within that family, it's not going to be your whole family that's going to be ready. So you get those that are ready,
Okay.
right?
Okay,
Because
that's
sometimes
first.
you have to teach them before, and some of them have to see it before they believe in it,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Even when we became agents, right? Your family and friends didn't use you until you became
Girl,
hot
speak.
on social media, right?
Yeah.
Until you became a president, right? Or a first vice president, or even on the red door conversation.
Talk about
Understand
it.
it. So sometimes you have to show some of them before you move forward, right? Once you do that, then you sit down with a real estate professional, a financial advisor, your CPA, or an accountant. One of them three will be able to sit down with your family and tell you the next step. One of them have a team. I have a CPA on my team, don't you?
Absolutely.
You have a financial advisor on your team, don't you? And you're well equipped to help someone and sit at your table with you, right?
So you would tell this family the best way and the quickest way for them to obtain generational wealth is through the purchase of property.
Purchase of property
That's
is right
always-
now. That's always.
That's always been
And sitting with us don't
Not
necessarily
stocks.
mean
Stocks are
is
good,
great,
but the quickest
the
way.
market,
The
right?
quickest way.
The quickest way is through right now is through buying properties, right?
And it's the most
Beginning.
secure.
And the most secure.
So let's be honest.
Yes.
So real estate is cyclical. If it goes down, it's going to come back up.
That's
it.
it.
Always has.
He who
So
owns
it's
the
not
land
as
make the
many
rules.
risks.
Say that again.
He who owns the land
Makes
the
the
rules,
rules.
and that's how Mr. Trump became the president. I'm gonna be honest, and a lot of people don't like to touch that subject. But he had owned so many properties throughout the country that the businessmen said, "Oh, he can run this country. He can do it because he had real estate everywhere." Everybody believed in his business model.
His
Oh,
business
absolutely.
acumen, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what it
I disagree.
You disagree?
But I'm going to talk about that on another show.
Right, we can do that.
Well, you don't file.
I agree.
Well,
he owned the property.
He never owned the property. He owned the rights to his name. He filed bankruptcy 7 times. I would not advise that
I
anybody.
wouldn't either. But on the
that was a way.
outside-
But that was a way that he operated to play the system.
I
On
was
the
just about to
outside.
say,
That was
everybody
a-
didn't know
No
that
one knew
there was
that.
just the name
It
and
was
his
just
rights.
the name.
Right.
He was a very good salesman.
Correct.
He sold
Very
him.
good
He
salesman.
sold his brand.
He's a good business person. I'm gonna be honest. He's not my friend.
No.
And I don't believe in a lot of things that he's done. But when I had to take my feelings out of business, because so often I have my feelings. I don't believe in it. I'm not doing it. And then turn to Mr. Mark. And that man made $1 million on a mark that I didn't believe in. I don't believe in wholesaling, be honest. But there's a lot of people building generational wealth with wholesaling.
Wholesaling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So
And
that's,
that's
a whole
what
different
we're talking
It's a
conversation.
space for it. You have to figure out what space you're operating best in.
Right.
And that's what you pursue with your whole heart.
So I'm going to share this too. I bank with Truist. I bank with Chase.
Okay.
And Truist, my banker calls me and said, "Hey, we have a financial planner on a planning team. And they offer free financial planning services, just as a free consultation."
That was
So
nice.
if you're afraid of the process and it seems intimidating, if you don't have a realtor on your team or in your family that you can go to, sit down with someone who can at least give you a framework. You know,
That's it.
That's what I was going to ask too, because in talking about generational wealth, you hear everybody, you can turn your radio on right now and you're going to hear somebody speaking about generational wealth. My thing is this: what if you're someone who has never, some people, let's face it, are pretty much starting from the bottom.
Yeah.
It's them. They may not have anything. I've run into people that say, everybody in my family has always done whatever it is this way. And so with that being said, we're going to go to a commercial break, but I want you to answer that question as soon as we come back.
This is Lisa White with GBR Realty. This month I have the honor and pleasure of spotlighting a home that is being exclusively listed by me. 3711 Robinson Court is located in the master plan community of Meridiana, which is located minutes from the medical center going south. 3711 Robinson Court is 5 bedrooms with 2 down and 3 up, 4 bathrooms, and a 3-car garage tandem, and it also has a lake view. This home is located in the gated section named Galileo Point. Upgrades include wood flooring on the first floor, 8-inch baseboards, crown molding, 36-inch cooktop, double convection oven, chef's oversized island, granite countertops, covered patio with stamped flooring, along with a grill and refrigerator. Now that we've told you about the house, let's explore this amazing community. There is something for everyone in the family to enjoy. There is lakes and trails, there are learning labs, swimming pools with splash pads, an ambassador's yacht, and the conservatory, which can be used to host community and private events. To schedule your private tour with one of our team members, please contact us. We would love to assist you in making this house your forever home.
So my last question before we have to go is, what if it's someone who has never, they don't know anything about generational wealth. They're basically starting from the ground up. Everybody in my family has done it this way. Everybody, you know, no one
has rented.
Yes, whatever it is. What do you say to that person? Are they able to build generational wealth, and where do they start?
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked that question, because my niche, and everybody say, you like first-time home buyers? I do. I love being a buyer agent, although I switched over to being more of a listing agent, being a team lead. You have to go to where y'all going now. TikToks, the YouTubes, research. Once you do, make that be your very first point of contact, but not your best, right? Because so often people put out in the media what they perceive is correct and necessarily not, or maybe correct 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or even a month ago. Right. And that footage that you're looking at is old. It has a lot of ratings, but it's old. It's from 2018, right? Before COVID, right? And everything's shift.
Completely.
Yes.
Right.
Completely.
So research first to answer your question. Secondly, find a real estate professionals. We will sit down with you and do it for free, especially those that have a passion for it. They're not doing it just for a paycheck.
Correct.
We're actually doing it to help our community. And you'll know when you sit down with that real estate professional if that's the right one for you. Like I say, when you walk in the house, you'll know it's yours. Don't worry about the multiple offer bid. Don't worry about if you don't get that house. When you walk out, you'll know. And he will close one door and open 5 more for you.
All right now.
That's it.
That part.
Now, did you come to talk generational wealth, or you preaching a sermon?
Generational wealth. So President Marla knew that generational wealth is my passion. It's something that I hold deep inside. I walk. That's part of my purpose, and my team. They know customer service is key on
That's
my team.
it. That's
and
it.
education is next. So
That's
educating
it.
yourself is key to making sure you get generational wealth. I'm the first entrepreneur in my family. The first. And y'all know that's the hard knock life.
Where you go, girl.
Yes,
I don't want to be Eddie Murphy in jail with the CPAs and to make him too much money. So what I did was I sat down and I reached out to someone and said, help me out, sis. I don't understand. I admire you. I see you've been in the business 10 years. Don't judge me because I don't know.
That's it.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's it. Take
Right?
time
Take
to teach
time
me.
with me.
Yes.
And I'm gonna keep calling you because you're busy.
And
Sunday
then-
work for you, Monday work, Tuesday. Morning and afternoon.
What day?
10 p.m. You said 10, I'm there.
And know that when you sow those seeds, it's gonna come back.
Yes.
And make sure you pull someone else up.
That's it.
Don't go up too high and say, oh, I don't deal with the 200 houses anymore. I only do $500,000 to $1 million.
Talk about it.
Right?
So
Because
take
I
care
close
of
from
it. Yes.
10,000 to 3.5 million on transactions. And I treat the person at 3 million the
That's
same
it.
as
That's
a
it.
$10,000 lot.
That's
Because
it.
that lot may bring that person
That's
generational
it.
wealth.
That part.
Exactly.
That part.
Exactly. Well, we
or
are
that person
so
may bring you
excited.
somebody else that's going to.
Because that's how I got my 3.5.
That's what I'm telling you.
My renter.
Don't sleep on it.
Well, y'all, you can see that we've had some amazing conversation here with the Key to Key Realty Group, none other than the KeMesha Hall. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you guys for tuning in to Red Door Conversations, Real Talk and Realty. And we have got to go. We will see you later, but until then,
This is the
bye-bye.
end of season 4. And it's been amazing. It's been amazing, guys. Thank you for riding with us on this one.
It's been a fun run.
Yes.
We had some good shows.
We'll
Didn't I
be
tell
back
y'all?
Thanks
Sign,
for
seal,
closing it
deliver.
out.
Yeah.
I love sign, seal, delivered, and I'm so happy
That's
that I was
it.
on the last.
That's it.
Thank you, ladies,
That's
for
it.
having me.
For joining.